channel. I am naturally Curlysa, and today I'm gonna be doing things a little bit differently. I took a poll on my Instagram story and asked if you guys wanted to hear, how I got here. And what I mean by that, it's not a happy joy natural hair journey story. I'm talking about my story. Most people said yes, so I'm going with it. First and foremost, if you like this video, like and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram at naturally_Curlysa. I have a lot more content on there. For my hair, I'm going to do 2 flat twists, I believe, in the back. I'm going to have a ponytail with the ponytail holders, so like individual, stretched out. For my products, I'm going to be using the Peach and Natto leave-in conditioner, and I'm going to be using the Tara Moore Mackinac Twist Me Cream. Both of these are by Tara Moore. All right, so when I was 18, my mom lost her job and had to move away right before I had to go to college. So I've been on my own since I was 18. I went to Tennessee State University in Nashville, Tennessee, and I only stayed in my dorm for 1 week until I moved in with Eris's dad. I dropped out of TSU my second semester of freshman year because I was pregnant. I was pregnant with Eris, and my due date was around when school would start back up, so I wasn't really interested in nursing anyway, so there's that. I had Eris, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't feel like a mother. I did not really fully understand what it was to be a mother until I had to do it by myself, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. So Eris's dad actually did everything, cook, clean, drive me places, call places to get things done. Like, I did nothing. I just went to work, came back. I really didn't understand the concept of, what he really did for me until I had to do it by myself. I started smoking weed, I think, when I was like 18, and I started smoking real heavy. I smoked a lot of weed. Like, it'll be times where I was smoking like 8 blunts a day, not really eating. Like, I was skinny, super skinny. I'm gonna fast forward up to the year that changed my life. And it started when I was 23. In 2013. So I didn't know it at the time, but I was already kind of spiraling, writing things down. And I had started a new job on Eris's birthday, and I just wasn't myself looking back. I worked this job, and it was one of my favorite jobs to this day. You wear headphones, you do your work, and I loved it. What happened was, when I started spiraling out of control, I had a coworker, and I hit her. I don't know why. I didn't mean to. I had also told one of my coworkers that, I told them I was pregnant, and then that she was pregnant too, and she was going to have a baby on Christmas. She did not end up, I told her she was going to have a boy. She was not pregnant, but 2 years later, she did have a boy, and it wasn't on Christmas, it was on New Year's. So spiraling out. There was a lot of things that I was saying, a lot of things that I was going through. So from there, because I was talking out the side of my neck, and wasn't like my coworkers just knew that I wasn't myself. They took me to a mental facility, and I was put on a 5150 hold for a week. And I didn't know why I was there. I was just whatever. When I ended up leaving that place, they gave me like 7 pills to take. 2 of those pills were, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it's called trazodone. And trazodone is for nighttime, for you to go to sleep. I don't know if I was taking it wrong, but they had me taking it at night and in the daytime. So the whole day I'm just loopy, not knowing what's going on. I'll pop back in and out of reality, every so often. It just got to a point where just things were so bad. Like, I would have headaches. Eris's dad would tell me stories about things that I was saying and things that I was doing, and I was just out of control. And I didn't remember any of it, which is the scary part. He would say that I tried to fight him and all types of stuff. So we fast forward to the bills aren't getting paid because I'm not working, but of course I don't understand that because I'm not there. I'm not there mentally. And in this story, I am going to talk from my point of view because nobody else is here to defend themselves. So I'm going to talk from my point of view. something ended up happening to some people that I really love, and somebody ended up murdered. And I was told that I was there, but that whole part of my life is blacked out. I don't remember any of it. And it scares me to this day that I don't remember any of it. I was put back into the mental facility. And this time I was there for almost a month. And I lost my house. Well, I lost my apartment. I lost my car that I had just gotten. My grandparents actually gave me their 2005 Volvo with like 30,000 miles on it. And I lost it. I lost custody of my daughter. Like, it was bad. I was in the mental facility and I saw my house. It was so bad that I saw my house on the news and was just like, oh, that's my apartment. And then I just kept walking. I didn't even know why I was there. Like, I was just there. And I can tell you guys that, you know, the things that they put on TV about mental facilities, like people are in straitjackets and people are doing this and that, that's definitely, it could be true, but it's nothing like that. These are normal people that are in there that you would see day to day on the street and would never think that anything is wrong with them. Depression is real. So it wasn't until about 3 days before I was supposed to get out of the mental facility that they actually told me what happened. And I busted out into tears. Like, I don't remember any of this happening. Why don't I remember? So I end up leaving, and I still don't have my daughter. I had to take some outpatient classes just to prove, you know, that my mental capability was there and that I could get her back. After I finished with my classes, ended up going back to court, and I was able to get Eris back. And I will tell you this, I did not know how much he did for us until I had to do it by myself. I had to teach myself to drive again. I had to learn how to do things independently because I had had things handed to me for so long and had been so spoiled and taken care of that I had no idea how to do those things by myself. So when I got Eris back, I had to make that decision, you know, either you're gonna get a 9-to-5 job making like $8 an hour, or you can go to school and do something. Now, mind you, from the hospital, the doctors told my mom that I would never be the same again. They diagnosed me with bipolar disorder. And they gave me pills to take, and I ended up stopped taking them. I stopped taking those pills because they would make me sick. They weren't doing anything for me. They weren't anything like a mood suppressor, like, you know, to calm my nerves. It was nothing like that. I think they put me on like Depakote and Latuda. That's what I was taking. I decided to go back to school. In order to go back to school, I had to figure out what to do with Eris. So I went down to DHS and I got on food stamps, like $300 a month, which they only gave me $60 when I was pregnant with Eris. And I had a job, but me having no job, they gave me $300. I would buy groceries for the house, basically to pay my way in. And Eris got vouchers for daycare. So I was able to get her into daycare while I went to school. When I got my taxes, I ended up going on Craigslist and I bought me a cash car. I bought me a Toyota Camry. That was my baby. And I was able to drive myself to clinicals and do all of that. It was hard. It was hard, but I did it. And I ended up graduating, and I found a job right after I graduated. 2017, I ended up at the age of 25. Well, before that, I started looking into building up my credit. Paying off things that were on my credit. 2017, at the age of 25, I ended up buying my first house. And the reason why I bought a house was because one day, you know, everything happens for a reason. I went to see a family member, and two people that were sitting there, actually, one of them worked at Wells Fargo and another one was, you know, sold houses. And they were telling me about, you know, mortgage counselors and all that stuff. So I was so mad at my living arrangement one day that I just ended up putting Eris in the car, and we drove to Wells Fargo, and I went through the process, and I was approved to get a house. I knew I needed a new car because my car was trash. My car was trash. I loved my car, but it was trash. But I was like trying to put it off until my taxes came. Eris actually left the light on in my car. She left the light on in my car during a snowstorm. So during that time, which I'm grateful for, I was out for 3 days after that. I ended up getting a new 2018 car in January of 2018. What I didn't mention was when I did get out of that facility, what I was doing was I was taking sleeping pills, you know, to try to mimic the smoking of weed. You know, you gotta remember I had smoked weed for so long, and that's what put me to sleep. So it's hard for me to sleep. So I got addicted to sleeping pills when I had first got out. And then it went from sleeping pills to me saying, well, I'm gonna smoke a black because I need some type of smoke, you know, illusion of me smoking. And then it went to, I'm gonna smoke a vape pen. One day I just decided to learn to meditate. And from there, I stopped taking the sleeping pills. And I had stopped smoking. I had went cold turkey. Smoking Black and Milds, I had stopped. And I even went back one time and tried to, you know, take the sleeping pills again just to see, you know, if it would make me, you know, if I liked the feeling, and my body just couldn't even take it. I didn't like the way it made me feel, and I knew then that, you know, this was not for me. Over these years, I have had to learn myself. I have had to grow independently. I was so used to people doing things for me. I'm so used to, you know, everything being handed to me, and I had to work hard to get out of that. The doctor said I would never be the same, and look at me, here I am. I went more of the spiritual route because there were a lot of things that I was saying at the time that didn't make sense to me. I thought it was crazy. There's people telling me that I was saying things that I should not have known, but I was telling them, and I don't remember saying them. But, you know, I started doing more research and getting into it. It opened up my eyes to be better. I said double everything when I turned 22. So if you're under 22, don't ever say double everything, because life came at me hard. But I also feel like in life, you're going to have that time where you're going to hit rock bottom. And it's up to you to either take that hit and grow from it and do better, or you can use it as a crutch and an excuse as to why you can't move forward in life. And I decided to do something with myself. So I am grateful for what happened to me. And it sounds weird for me saying that, but I'm grateful for what happened to me because of the fact that if it had never happened, I wouldn't be where I am now. That's me. And, you know, before all this happened, you know, I was valedictorian in high school. I made straight A's in school. I was a nerd, but I was prom queen, and, you know, I was all these. I was, you know, popular, and, you know, I'm goofy, just like I am now. But I was, you know, goofy, but I think I was more reserved and more afraid to speak my mind. And I had to learn that it's okay to speak your mind and tell people how you feel. Will I tell Eris about this story when she gets older? Yes, I will, because I want to be as transparent as I can be. I haven't told anybody this story. The only people that know about this story are the people that are closest to me. Everybody else had their own rumors and assumptions of what they think happened. And there was rumors about me that I was on crack, and I ain't never done crack in my life. All types of stuff that people say, you know, sharing the news story about it, and, you know, and then you got the same people that smile on your face afterwards. But I don't hold any ill will against those people. And that's something that we got to work on as people, is the judgment. You know, judging people, but, you know, your house is glass too, so watch before you throw some rocks. I'm not ashamed of anything that's happened to me, which is why I'm telling my story, and hopefully I can motivate other people to tell their story, you know, about who they really are, and face their past and learn from it, because I definitely have. I know y'all thought this was supposed to be some type of happy, joy. I'm gonna tell you about the time I got drunk at the club. That's one thing too. I've never been I'm very introverted. I've never been a clubber, never been a dancer. I've never been one that likes to hang out, but I had to learn to find myself, and I'm happy that I did. So I am finished, guys. I hope I didn't bore y'all, but I really wanted y'all to know the real me and who I am. You know, I get on here and I joke, and I have those noises that I put in here, but, you know, it's good to know the person behind the camera sometimes. And, you know, I do have this big platform that I have, but this is not where this is not where, this is not where it's going to end. I want to speak on mental health and, you know, speak on self-love. Somebody may be going through what I'm going through right now, and you can get through it. You got to get through it so that you can help others get through it. Whatever you're going through, whether it's depression, whatever it is, you can get through it. And it's all a part of your story and your testimony for you to tell later on in life. So, this is my hair. Let me show y'all the back. Can y'all see that? Yeah. And that's all, guys. This is going to be my protective style for the week. And I hope y'all enjoyed my story. And I'm very grateful for y'all. And thank y'all so much. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.